Today, we're diving into the shadowy world of the Mafia, an organization full of power, secrecy, and influence. From its beginnings in Italy to its impact on the United States, the Mafia's story is packed with intrigue and drama. Let's uncover some lesser-known facts about this notorious criminal network. Believe it or not, the Mafia's roots go back to 19th century Sicily. The term mafia likely comes from the Sicilian word mafioso, meaning bold or aggressive. It all started as a way to provide protection and enforce justice in a place where the central government was pretty weak. Land stewards known as gabellotti managed large estates for absentee landlords and often used violence to keep control. In those early days, the Mafia wasn't the highly organized entity we think of today. It was more like a loose network of local thugs offering protection services to landowners and merchants. This protection often meant extortion, but with little help from law enforcement, many people saw the Mafia as a necessary evil. One of the most defining aspects of the Mafia is the Code of Omertà. This strict code of silence and secrecy is so deeply ingrained that even family members are expected to follow it. Breaking Omertà is considered one of the gravest offenses within the Mafia, often punishable by death. This code has allowed the Mafia to operate in the shadows for decades, making it tough for authorities to infiltrate their ranks. The Mafia's influence really took off during Prohibition in the 1920s, when the US government banned the sale and distribution of alcohol. The Mafia jumped on this opportunity to control the illegal alcohol trade, leading to the rise of infamous figures like Al Capone. But it wasn't just Capone. Lesser-known bosses like Salvatore Maranzano and Joe Masseria also played crucial roles in shaping the American Mafia's structure, leading to the infamous Castellammarese War, a brutal power struggle that ultimately shaped the Mafia's modern organizational structure. During Prohibition, the Mafia's operations expanded rapidly. They weren't just involved in bootlegging, they also ran speakeasies, which were hidden bars, along with gambling rings and brothels. This diversification of criminal activities provided the Mafia with vast financial resources and allowed them to buy influence with politicians, law enforcement, and judges. Then came World War II. Surprisingly, the US government enlisted the help of the Mafia to secure the New York waterfront and gather intelligence in Sicily before the Allied invasion. This collaboration, known as Operation Underworld, led to the release of Mafia boss Charles "Lucky" Luciano from prison in exchange for his cooperation. This little-known alliance showcases the complex and sometimes contradictory relationships between the Mafia and legitimate authorities. Luciano's cooperation was crucial for the success of Operation Husky, the Allied invasion of Sicily. His connections and influence helped the Allies navigate the complexities of Sicilian society, which was deeply intertwined with Mafia influence. This collaboration highlights the pragmatic, if morally ambiguous, alliances that can form in times of war. Fast forward to the Maxi Trials in Italy from 1986 to 1992. These were some of the most significant anti-mafia prosecutions in history, resulting in the conviction of hundreds of mafiosi. Key informants like Tommaso Buscetta, who broke the Code of Omertà, played a huge role in these trials. Buscetta's revelations provided invaluable insight into the inner workings of the Mafia and helped to dismantle its power structure. These trials were a turning point in the fight against the Mafia. For the first time, the public saw the sheer scale of Mafia operations and their infiltration into various sectors of Italian society. The courage of Buscetta and other informants can't be overstated. Their testimonies came at great personal risk and marked a significant shift in the Italian state's approach to tackling organized crime. The Mafia has had a profound impact on popular culture, inspiring countless books, films, and TV shows, which were often sensationalized. Real-life Mafia members reportedly found The Godfather both flattering and unrealistic. The reality of Mafia life is far more complex and brutal than what is typically depicted on screen. Movies like Goodfellas and The Sopranos have also shaped public perception of the Mafia, blending elements of truth with dramatization. These portrayals, while engaging, often gloss over the truly devastating impact of Mafia activities on communities and the violent realities faced by those involved. Despite being a patriarchal organization, Women have played crucial roles in the mafia, especially when male leaders are imprisoned or killed. Women like Rosetta Cutolo, sister of Neapolitan Camorra boss Raffaele Cutolo, have managed operations and maintained influence within the organization. These women often operated behind the scenes, ensuring the continuity of the mafia's activities. Today, the mafia has evolved and adapted to modern times, engaging in new forms of criminal activities such as cybercrime, trafficking in counterfeit goods, and large-scale financial fraud. Despite numerous crackdowns, the mafia continues to exert significant influence in certain regions and industries, demonstrating its ability to adapt and survive in a changing world. The adaptability of the mafia is proof of its resilience. Modern technology and globalization have opened new avenues for criminal enterprises, allowing the mafia to continue its operations even in the face of increased law enforcement efforts. Their ability to evolve with the times underscores the ongoing challenge of combating organized crime. In January 2021, Italy witnessed the start of another major trial against the mafia, this time targeting the Ndrangheta, the powerful criminal organization from Calabria. Dubbed the Ndrangheta Maxi Trial, it was one of the largest mafia trials in decades, involving over 350 defendants. The aim was to dismantle the Ndrangheta's extensive network, which has infiltrated various sectors of society and engaged in drug trafficking, money laundering, and other criminal activities. The trial was held in a specially converted courtroom. This high-security setup was necessary due to the scale of the trial and the dangerous nature of the accused. It concluded with significant verdicts in November 2023. Over 230 defendants were convicted, receiving sentences totaling around 2,000 years. The Ndrangheta Maxi Trial highlights the ongoing efforts by Italian authorities to combat organized crime at its roots. With testimonies from former members and extensive evidence, this trial represents a significant step in the fight against the modern mafia. The sheer scale and scope of this trial remind us that the battle against organized crime is far from over. The story of the mafia shows the enduring nature of organized crime and its ability to adapt over time. By understanding its history, we can better appreciate the complexities and challenges of combating such a deeply entrenched network. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the dark and fascinating world of the mafia. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Past and Planet for more fascinating explorations into history, culture, and nature. Until next time, keep exploring.